if you remember Bernie Madoff from a few years ago, and you'll remember that he was running what was called a Ponzi scheme. My name is Darren Woodfork. I'm an attorney here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Today I'm going to talk about exactly what is a Ponzi scheme. And you can probably think of like the criminal laws, or you think of the crime of like theft or embezzlement or things like that. But a Ponzi scheme becomes a crime really in the federal law because it's a wire fraud case. But basically what a Ponzi scheme is when they tell people that they're going to give them a return on their money. And I think what Bernie Madoff did way back when, and he did it for like 30 years, is he told the people that he was going to give them a 12% guaranteed return every year. And it was kind of interesting because he didn't say he was going to like double their money, or he didn't say any outrageous rates of returns. He said 12%, which is, a little bit higher than like just the stock market overall, historically. But so he said he was going to give him 12%. So how he did it and how a Ponzi scheme works is essentially you get investors, you get the first investor to give you a sum of money. Let's say they give you $10,000 and you tell them, I'm going to give you, say, 20% return. So you get $10,000 from the first guy, and then you go to another person and get another $10,000. From that second person, you give the first person $2,000 more dollars. So you give him back his $10,000 plus $2,000, but you got that $2,000 from the second person, not from the market or not from returns of investments. And then you have to go out and get a third person to give the second person the same thing. So when the second person expects his 20% return, then he's going to get that 20% from the third person, and so on and so on and so on. And so you can see how the Ponzi scheme never works, because you run out of people eventually. You run out of new money coming in to pay the first people their promised rate of return. So that's why the Ponzi scheme never works, but that is a serious crime in the federal system. And like I said, and there's a bunch of other charges if you get caught doing something like that. But the biggest one is, like I said, is the wire fraud and mail fraud statutes in the federal government. That's where all those guys go to prison for, running a Ponzi scheme or a fraud investment scheme, things like that. So anyways, hope that helps, or hope that's interesting anyway. If you ever wanted to know like exactly kind of like what a Ponzi scheme and how it works, that's how it does. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.